Hey guys, what's up? It's Caden from the Music Podcast, and then I've got my buddy Jayden joining me from
What's
the
up?
from his house remotely because I'm in Florida, he's in Minnesota. So we're doing it over Zoom today. We're both a little bit sick, so yeah. We're gonna go into. I made a podcast about it already, but I want to hear his thoughts on it and what he has to say about it, um, because he's the one that's been doing it for years. So let's talk about software. I have software being Audacity. I used to use Audacity, and then I switched over to Ableton Live 11 just because it works better with my sound system that I have. But I'm also going to be switching over to FL Studio, which is the one at the top is FL Studio, and the one at the bottom is Ableton. Jayden, what do you say about either one? Why should you choose FL over Ableton, or why should you choose Ableton over FL?
Um, it really depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're using FL, it's really good for making beats and hip hop and rap. And if you're trying to go for like live recording and stuff like that, I would say Ableton's the way to go.
Why would you go with FL for hip hop and rap over Ableton for live shows?
It has a way better like working experience and it's way easier for that type of music. It's easier than Logic Pro and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it's my personal favorite.
For me, I like FL over Ableton for my in my studio because I used to use Audacity, and Audacity is laid out very, very similar to FL. It's just a lot more feature rich, and the program's just easier to use when you're switching over from FL. Now,
Mhm.
Ableton, I like Ableton because I do a lot of live shows and so I know how to use my MIDI through running live tracks through the auditorium or the show or the stage, wherever it is. I'm part of my church band, so I do a lot of that stuff. So, Jayden, what would you say on why you should use Ableton over for live shows?
I would say that because it's a lot easier for having multiple tracks recording at once and stuff like that, and it's a lot better for like no latency.
Yeah. Now let's switch over to the hardware side. So on the screen, Jayden cannot actually see my screen, and it has a picture of an M Audio Air 192-4, the one that you were looking at buying, Jayden. And then I've got and I've got a Focusrite Solo, which both of us have, and a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, which I am going to be purchasing very soon here. Jaden, what would you say on why would you buy an M Audio over a Focusrite? I've already
Um,
explained it. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I think because it has way better latency for that, it's got way more like way
What has
better
better
like it gets no
latency?
latency
Which one?
like so that you get no delay when you're recording, and then there's a lot more outputs on that, which is good, and then it also has just an overall better look and just has a bunch more features for like monitors and headphones and going back and forth with those.
So are you talking about the M Audio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about the M Audio, and it's got super low latency calls, and it just has more integration for studio monitors and a studio setup. If you're going for more of a home vibe, I would go with the Focusrite just because it looks more um, like something you would just plug in a guitar to and play. As in the M
Yeah, I
Audio
gotta
for me,
say,
it
I
looks
gotta
more
add one
like
thing on that.
yeah.
I gotta add for the Scarlett. Yeah, if you're recording anything more than just vocals, I would definitely suggest an M Audio. But if you're just recording vocals, the Scarlett Solo might be the way to go because it's cheaper and it works good for just vocals.
Yeah, for me, the 2i2 was my next option if I wasn't able to get the M Audio. Because like you guys, if you didn't watch the video, I own an M Audio Air 182.14. It's got 8 different inputs. 4 of them are guitar, 4 of them are guitar or XLR. But I was gonna go with the solo just because I don't use all of the inputs, but they're nice to have. Um, but if you want more of the home studio vibe, I would go with the M Audio. If you want more of the plug and play type look to it, where you can just pack it up in a backpack and bolt. Like I've got my M Audio in my backpack, or I've got my Focusrite in my backpack, ready to use while I'm in Florida, um, for my microphones and stuff like that. But if you're going for more of the in studio, it's just gonna stay where it is. Gonna use it daily. I would go with the M Audio just because it's got a better preamp, better latency timing, and stuff like that. And one thing that I
Yeah.
did want to have Jayden put his opinion on was, what do you think about the deals part of it? Should you wait for a deal or should you just buy it?
Definitely wait for a deal. Depending on what you're like looking at, like, I don't know, like what circumstances are you talking about, Caden? Because like if you can wait, it would be way better to wait for a deal. But like if you're gonna record or like you just like really want to record really bad, I would definitely suggest just like looking for used ones.
Yeah, for me, I'm saying my circumstance was I needed to record this and I didn't have enough inputs for I didn't have enough inputs for what I needed, so I ended up just buying it, but I got it on a deal. I waited 2 days and I got it for over $100 off. So in that circumstance, I needed to have one, but I waited just 2 or 3 days and it came and I got it for $100 off. I bought it, and then one thing too is don't hoard. Hoarding is a horrible thing. What you need to do is if you've got a Focusrite Solo or something and you know you're not going to use it, stuff like that, I would recommend putting it on sale at Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist, and stuff like that to not, so you can make money off it. And I can see Jayden's mic is muted, so I'm
Sorry,
gonna go ahead and
my aunt came in.
yeah. So I'm gonna say that the Focusrites and the M Audios are both great machines. They both work awesome, but we do need to wait for deals. And if you do find a deal and you end up buying it, if you know you're not going to use your Scarlett or Focusrite or your M Audio, sell it. That money you can get back for whatever it is. The M Audio is most likely going to be more expensive, which is why you're not going to drop $200 on it and then keep your Focusrite when you could get $100 for your Focusrite. So, saying that,
All right, I'm gonna have to get
yeah.
off. Caden.
Okay, Jayden. I will see you
Sign
later.
off.
Thanks for jumping on. We
No
will,
problem.
hopefully in the next couple days, we can have a full, long discussion about it. And I think that's where we're gonna end off the video today. So thank you guys for tuning in. Jayden, you want to say goodbye and
Yeah. See you guys later.
okay, see you, Jayden. Bye.
See you.
So, we do have. I need to sneeze, man. Holy, jeez. So, one thing that I do wanted to say is that I really appreciate Jayden being on the call with us today. Man, holy. So, I really appreciate Jayden coming on the call with us, being able to be flexible and come in and help us out, kind of understand more and more, and we will do more of these. With that, thank you guys for tuning in so much. It's been an amazing day. Love you guys. See you later.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it.